Senator Singh.
Well, thank you, Mr Deputy President. And what we have heard here in response to Senator Urquhart's questions by Senator Abetz, a Tasmanian senator himself, is, don't blame us when it comes to workers and their families losing their jobs on the west coast of Tasmania. Don't blame us. We're just the government. We're just the government. We can't do anything. Senator Abetz wants to keep going back in time and holding on to this thing of 10 months ago when Labor was in power, trying to blame every single lack of government policy making that they currently have on Labor. Well, this is the government that is in power, and this is the government that can do something right now to support those workers on the west coast of Tasmania. Now, Senator Urquhart asked a very specific question to Senator Abetz. He failed to answer it. She asked specifically about the employment coordinator position that no longer exists on the west coast of Tasmania. We know that these positions don't exist, in fact, anywhere in the country. The whole 21 of them have gone, except for in the electorate of Corangamite, in Sarah Henderson's electorate. And I've got a press release here from Sarah Henderson which she's only put out on the 2nd of July. I think it was following her appearance on a Q&A program, where Senator Abetz came to her rescue. Senator Abetz said in relation to the Alcoa workers, Senator Abetz decided to come up with the $500,000 to reinstate the employment coordinator for the Geelong region. Well, it's all right for Geelong, it's good enough for Geelong, but it's not good enough for his own state of Tasmania. He is turning his back on the workers in his own state and gets up here in the Senate and tells those workers, tells the Tasmanian community that it is not their problem. That it is not their problem, that they're not going to do anything about it. Well, it was okay for Geelong, but it's not okay for the west coast of Tasmania. Now, in relation to the member for Braddon, Brett Whiteley, we know all about him. We know he's all about bluff and blunder. He's not about action. He's got the mouth. He goes out there, it's spreading the words, but they're not followed up with any action. Having said that, Senator Eckhart has informed the Senate that after 2 weeks, he is finally going to do something and get involved with the working group, other than what he has said in the past, of course, which is, oh well, losing your job, go to Centrelink, don't come to me, I'm just the local member, I'm just the government, I can't help you. That's what we get to hear from Senator Abetz and from Mr Whiteley. Now, we know very well the importance of Enterprise Connect. We know very well how important that coordinator position was in Tasmania and the work that was done by the former employment coordinator, James McCormack. And that is why we are calling on the government to provide right now, a regional employment coordinator for the west coast, the northwest coast of Tasmania, just as Geelong has been provided with, just as Sarah Henderson has informed in her press release that she was provided with for her electorate in Corangamite on the 2nd of July, where she says very clearly, and she knows the importance of these regional employment coordinators in the face of our coal workers losing their jobs. She says the funding will ensure there is a person on the ground in the Geelong region who can look at opportunities across our region to promote employment growth and better link job seekers and employers. She knows very well that this job seeker initiative was a good policy that Labor started, and she knows that's why she urged Senator Abetz to come forward with the $500,000. Well, the only one, Mr Deputy President, the only one to have a regional employment coordinator in the country is in the electorate of Corangamite. The rest of the country, well, too bad. And in Tasmania, his own state, he says, too bad. Well, here are workers, their families, their livelihoods that are on the line. They've been living on half pay now for some time, and they know that their future is bleak in that regional part of the state. There needs to be those opportunities provided to them through the support of an employment coordinator. That's why Senator Urquhart and myself, followed by my other Tasmanian Labor senators, are urging Senator Abetz to stand up for Tasmanians. For once, and actually come forward with this small amount of money, a very small amount of money that will make such a difference to their lives.
Senator Singh, your time's expired.